Good morning. I know you're getting ready to start your River Reads Day for advisory, but I just wanted to touch base with you and give you a few reminders of expectations during this time, and also kind of what the purpose of this time is. So the purpose of River Reads Day is to just let you read a book as a class. It's not a thing you get to do a whole lot with test pressure and all that, so we wanted you to be able to pick a class book and just read it and talk about it and enjoy it, which, crazy enough, is the thing people do with books. Adults don't sit around and answer questions about them. They talk about them. So the talking about them is where you're supposed to post a response to what you read. You may notice that my faces are right here, so I read your responses, and I've tried to give you feedback as you've posted responses, either suggestions or a reward pass or something if they were really good. So I just wanted to remind you of some expectations. If you are on the River Reads section of your advisory classroom, there is a sample already posted for you. And I'm not totally sure how many of you saw this before, so I just want to remind you that you could just copy this little thingy right here that says title, pages, and response every time. Just copy that and paste it in your response, because the expectations are that you would have certain things. These certain things are the title of the book you are reading, because on my end there are like 200 or more students for each grade level, and I don't know what book you're talking about if you don't put the title. You need to put the pages that you read that day. Some of you say page 1 through 70. I don't quite think that's accurate. And then a brief summary of what you read. The characters' names and what happened and what stood out to you. Just summarize what you read. Summarizing is a very important skill. After you summarize it, to get kind of like full credit, reward, pass, amazingness, then you need to make a connection. Reflect upon it. Oh, this thing reminded me of a time when I blah, 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 because whatever. Please don't use those exact words. That's pretty vague. But something that you make a connection with in that book. Maybe it's something it reminds you of or something from real life, but that's what good readers do. Good readers are able to summarize what they read and relate that to something else. Pretty much, I feel like you can't do that in under 3 sentences. Sentences start with capital letters, they end with punctuation, and they make sense. So these are the expectations, and I know it's not English class or whatever, but straight up, like, your whole life is English class. As a school, we are working on increasing our literacy and our communication skills, and there's nothing wrong with being able to talk about a book and make a connection. So I hope if you have questions, you'll look at the sample. I hope you come up with something awesome to read, because some of your books sound pretty cool, and some of your connections are really interesting. So I look forward to reading it, and feel free to send me an email or ask a question if you have one. Thanks.